Hi guys and welcome to another FIFA 22 player review, our first Future Stars review, and it's going to be on the 88 rated centre-back version of Chalobah. Of course, that's Academy Objective coming out yesterday at 6 PM. I've been grinding towards. I had to probably play the game for about maybe 3 to 4 hours to be able to get him. You can't realistically get him much more quicker than that. And of course, once you complete the 10 different segments to be able to go and fully complete the objective, you get into player pictures of either going with his 88 rated centre-back card that we're reviewing or the 88 rated CDM cards. I looked on Footbin, a lot of people seem to upvote the CDM version more than the centre-back cards. I've seen a few people already review the CDM version as well. No one's actually reviewed the centre-back version, and in all honesty, even if I went with, either going with the centre-back one, which we've done here, or going with the CDM one, he wouldn't get into my starting 11. Now, that's nothing to say that he's a bad card, absolutely not, but he's not as good as my icon midfielder if I was going with the CDM cards, and this centre-back card just isn't as good as like a flashback Varane or a team with the Rudiger. Let's just be quite honest, he simply isn't. I'm not saying he's a bad player. As far as objectives go, I think he's very, very good, and I do think he's worth the time, especially if you have got a Premier League setup, because the chances are one of them, for most people, not to everyone, so not to me, but for most people, I could see him certainly fitting into a lot of people's teams if you're running already a Premier League setup in the first place. And I might also go into my second account later on today and try and unlock the other cards, the 88 CDM version, and maybe like a comparison review tomorrow or something like that we tend to do a few times. But yeah, Chalobah, even the centre-back card has still got some really, really good stats. His pace is nice, his defensive stats, and certainly with the right chem style, his defensive stats are absolutely superb. Dribbling is not too bad. His physicalities are insane. His passing stats in the areas that matter for a centre-back are very, very good as well. So he certainly has got some good stats, and nothing in terms of player traits like power header or anything like that, but on the whole, I thought for the value for time that you have to put in to be able to get him, which is about 3 to 4 hours minimum. Probably more like 3.5 hours minimum. Obviously, it kind of depends how good you are in the game as well. For being able to win some of the matches, some of them you can just do in squad battles. Some of them you got to go into like the live foot friendly game mode, managerial masterpiece and stuff like that. So it kind of also depends like how good you are at the game as well, to a certain extent. But yeah, 3 to 4 hours roughly to be able to complete him. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Is it worth it for this card? I don't think it's terrible value for money, and certainly if he's an upgrade to your team, then absolutely he's worth it. For a card that costs nothing and you would upgrade your team, it makes logical sense to go and do the objective, whether it's to get the centre-back one or the CDM one. I see good value for time for either one to be able to go for if it is going to upgrade your team. His pace is there as a centre-back, goes into the height of the anchor cam style, which... centre-backs in this game having over 80 pace, going even into the mid-80s right now, is a bit of a necessity, to be quite honest, compared to previous years. You any other year before then, you saw defenders, even after like post-team of the year, you saw a defender with over 80 pace. That was like a real unique thing. You didn't see it that often. Nowadays, you tend to see it on nearly every single centre-back promo card that comes out. So, but no, yeah, his pace is nice. His defensive stats are good. And with the anchor camera style, they become very, very good. His heading, his defensive ones go up to 90, interceptions to 94, his stand tackle and slide tackle to 99. So you can really max out his defending very nicely with that anchor camera style, as you can also with his physicality. His strength goes to 99. It's already really good at 96 in the first place. His aggression goes up to 89. Jumping goes from an average 71. I think 71 in a centre-back isn't the greatest, but, having that anchor cam style boosts it up nicely, gets it up to 81, which is fairly reasonable. His stamina is nice. Some of his dribbling stats, composure, maybe I like to be a little bit higher on reactions as well, but his ball control, his dribbling, his actual on-the-ball movements as far as a centre-back goes is actually really, really good. His passing as well, 89 short passing, 83 long passing. He has the ability to be able to play the ball out of the back line, which is obviously something that you want as well. I don't know if I touched on it before, but yeah, no player traits is a little bit of a shame, but only realistically the power header trait is the only real trait that would really benefit a centre-back in all honesty. So it's not critical for them to have that, but obviously having the more assets just adds that little bit more kind of better value to them, doesn't it, I suppose. But yeah, on the whole, I think just to finish off, yeah, he is worth going for. Can I say which card is the better, the CDM or the centre-back? Well, the general consensus seems to be that the CDM card, based on what I've seen on Footbin, just seems to be a more upvoted card. So based on that, he does seem to be the better card. However, I can't fully say that myself because I haven't used both versions. That's why I said I might go into my second account later on today, spend a few hours trying to unlock that version, and then maybe doing like a comparison review tomorrow or something like that. That might be something that I might try and go for. But is the centre-back card worth doing? Certainly if he's an upgrade to your team, then yeah, 100% he's worth going for. But anyway, guys, that'll finish off this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.